So I want to talk about what the energy it is to cook an egg. How much wood does it take to cook an egg? So for that, well, the story is very much the same. We use our equation Q equals mCp delta T, but now we need the specific heat of an egg and the mass of an egg. So let's pretend that we're going to make, just for the sake of argument, let's make a perfect egg. So actually a perfect egg, as you've heard from Dave Arnold, is at a temperature of 64 degrees Celsius. So what we want to do is start out with an egg at the initial temperature of 23 degrees Celsius, and we're going to heat it up to 64 degrees Celsius, at which point the egg will be perfect. So that means delta T is 64 minus 23, which is a 41 degree delta T. The specific heat of an egg is 3.18 joules per gram degree Kelvin. And the mass of an egg, well, it really depends on your egg. You have to weigh it. And so this egg, I just weighed it, and it turns out that this egg weighs 35 grams. So if I then multiply this all out, then it turns out that the energy of an egg is 4,563 joules. That's how much energy it costs to cook a perfect egg. So the energy to cook a perfect egg from 23 degrees Celsius to 64 degrees Celsius, we calculated to be 4,563 joules. In contrast, the energy that's stored in a cup of boiling water is 76,280 joules. That's way sufficient to cook a perfect egg. Now, one thing you should realize about all of this, which we'll come back to later on, is that if you were to take an egg and dump it into boiling water, there would be some energy lost during this process. And that means that the energy that you're storing in the boiling water is an overestimate of how much energy that you would, is the maximum that you can ever take up with the egg. So any heat that you take from the boiling water is the heat that you're adding to the egg. So that's a principle, the principle of conservation of heat. And we can use it with our equation to figure out what would happen if you were to actually take an uncooked egg and put it in some volume of boiling water. So according to our equation, Q egg, the heat that's uptake by the egg, is the mass of the egg times the specific heat of the egg times the final temperature minus 23 degrees. That's the heat that's uptake by the egg. Now, that heat has to be gotten from somewhere, and in this case, it's going to be gotten from the boiling water. The boiling water starts out at 100 degrees, and it cools down to some temperature. It's going to cool down to whatever the final temperature is, because it's only when the water and the egg are at the same temperature that there won't be any more energy transfer between them. How much heat is lost from the water? So what we do is take the mass of the water, we take the specific heat of the water, and we then write down the delta T. The delta T from the water is 100 degrees Celsius, that's the initial temperature, minus the final temperature, which is whatever the temperature of the egg is at the end. So we have this equation, mCp delta T for the egg is equal to mCp delta T for the water. And this equation, actually, if you look at it, it's an algebraic equation. It has mCp T minus 23 is equal to m water Cp water 100 minus T. And if you remember algebra, then you can solve for T. We end up with this wonderful formula, which I'm going to write down now. It's that Tf is equal to the mass of the water times the Cp of the water times 100 plus the mass of the egg times the Cp of the egg times 23 divided by the mass of water times the specific heat of water plus the mass of the egg times the specific heat of egg. You can put in the mass of your egg. So my egg was 35 grams. And I now can plot the temperature that I get in the egg, final temperature, if you mix it with different weights of water. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to simply plot the final temperature as a function of the mass of the water. And that's a curve that sort of looks like this. It starts out, if I have no water, no boiling water, it of course starts out at 23 degrees because that's the initial temperature of the egg. If I have sort of infinitely much water, then it's of course going to go up to 100 degrees because the egg is just going to end up taking up the temperature of the water. And then there's this nice curve in between. And now basically the deal is that what we want is a perfect egg, right? So we want an egg which is cooked to a temperature of 64 degrees. So I can take the 64 degree line right there, and I can draw it over there. And then I can ask, what mass of water do I have to add to get the egg to go up to 64 degrees? And it turns out that from this plot, the answer is 31 grams. This calculation was done under the assumption that all of the energy from the water went to the egg. None of the energy from the water went every place else. That means you have to insulate your container. We don't want our water to heat up the container. If your container starts to feel warm, you've messed up because some of the energy has actually gone into heating up the container, and you wanted all the heat to go into the egg, not the container. So you have to actually use an insulated walls. You have to make sure that no heat comes out of the top. So you have to actually keep, wrap it in towels or whatever to keep it as insulated as possible. And if you do that, then this is a really rather inexpensive way of cooking perfect eggs and impressing your friends.